Hey everyone, it's my goddess Chrissy here, and I'm back to give you a reading on Marjorie Harvey and Steve Harvey. I did a reading on Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan. If you guys haven't watched that, make sure you go check that out after you're done watching this video, because that was a very, very interesting reading, and I had fun actually doing that reading because it was just really jaw-dropping. I felt like I was watching like a novella, like a soap opera, with that reading. But anyway, I feel like Marjorie and Steve are going through a rough patch right now in their relationship. I feel that intuitively. And of course, that's normal, for couples to go through their issues and whatnot. But I feel like it's really gotten to a point where it's getting bad, because when they were talking about relationships on their, I think it was their Instagram, when they posted, it just kind of seemed to me like they were throwing subliminals at each other. Like they weren't just talking about Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan's situation. So I just want to see if my intuition is on point with that and see what's going on there. But I want to get into who they are as people for a minute, because I feel like a lot of times we forget that these celebrities are people just like you and me. The only difference is they have a lot of commas in their bank account, and some of them don't even have a lot of commas in their bank account, but we just feel like they do because they're on TV. So anyway, but I think that it's a good reminder to remember that these people are human beings just like we are, and they go through ups and downs, and that they're not perfect. A lot of times we place ridicule on them as if they are supposed to be perfect, and then we get mad or feel a kind of way when they're getting these surgeries or when they change something on their face, or when they come spazzing out, on a rant because they done snap, because so many people always have something negative to say about them. And I think that it's easier to poke the bear, and it's not easy to be the bear that's being poked. So I think that we need to just have compassion for one another, not even just celebrities or famous people, whatever you want to call them, but just for each other. As human beings, we all go through certain things, and just try not to judge someone else's situation, because you don't know what they're thinking about or what they're going through. But anyway, okay. Sorry, I went on my own rant right then. But anyway, let's see what kind of person Steve and Marjorie are. Okay. So I got my little personality cards. Well, they're not little, they're pretty big and thick. All right, so I actually did this on my City Girls reading too, but I don't know why it's like certain people I feel the need to do this on. So we're going to compare and contrast between Steve and Marjorie in their relationship. Okay, so let's see, what kind of person is Steve? What are his personality traits right now at the age that he's at? I don't know, how old is Steve? Okay, so he got saboteur in reverse. Induces self-destructive behavior or the desire to undermine others. Ooh. Ooh, so he likes to sabotage. I don't really get the self-destructive behavior from Steve, but I do feel the undermine. I feel like he's the type of person where if you come up to him, you have to show him that you're worthy enough to be in his circle, because he don't let minions into his circle like that. All right, show me Marjorie. Detective, great powers of observation and intuition, desire to seek out truth. Ooh. She's a detective, okay? She's always keeping an eye on Steve, okay? And she's also very intuitive, so she would be the high priestess. If you guys saw my video with Marjorie Harvey, she's the high priestess as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if they had a lot of priestesses in their ancestry, because they're very intuitive. And they see the red flags, you know? Okay, tell me more about Steve. Child nature, friendship with animals, communication with nature spirits. Really? Steve is an animal person? I would have never thought. Okay, so Steve has a very childlike nature, you know. He likes to feel young, stay young, look young. But it says that he has a friendship with animals. Animals, I guess you can substitute that with kids. He has a close relationship with kids. He has, you know what? I'm not even going to knock it. He may have a very close relationship with animals. I've never seen him with any animals. But Steve, if you haven't been around animals, you need to get around animals, because that would ground you. Okay, that would help you. And out into nature, that would ground you as well. Okay. All right. Now we got Marjorie again. Let's see. Liberator, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs. Releasing negative thought patterns. Okay, what I am definitely getting from I keep wanting to say Lori. What I keep getting from Marjorie's cards, I'm gonna say this. Lori and her mom Marjorie are very similar with one another, because it's not an accident that I keep wanting to say Lori's name. They're very similar in personality. They're very similar in how they move. So I wouldn't be surprised if Lori is the child that Marjorie is the closest to. But anyway, she has the card for the Liberator, okay? And it says releasing negative thought patterns. So what I get from Marjorie is that she's a very positive person. She's very positive. What else? She got trickster. So she's able to get her way in certain situations. Give me one more for Steve. Got Don Juan, honey. Don Juan, that's Steve right there, okay? He knows how to romance a woman. It says spotlights your positive, seductive qualities. Okay, Steve. You know what? It's so crazy, because they actually have a video on their Instagram of them dancing like that. It's super, super cute. I love to see like people so in love like that. But yeah, it talks about Marjorie like just being such a feminine soul. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if her playing card was like a queen of spades or something, because she's very like in tune with her femininity, and she knows how to move and how to act to get what she wants, and she keeps an eye on what she needs to keep an eye on, and she's just like, she's so on it, you know. What I get from Steve is he does have some behavior that can get some fine tuning. What I always felt about Steve was that when things are going not so good in his finances, he's a wreck. And then when things are going good in his finances, he's like the best person to be around. You know, he's loving, he's willing to go here, go there, do a whole bunch of things. Like, that's when that child nature comes out in him, and he's willing to like travel, go around into woody areas, take more of an adventure, and become that Don Juan character, you know. But when things are not going right with his finances, he can be very destructive and very mean and talk down to people, you know. So that's what I'm getting with their personalities. Of course, they have more to them, but we don't have all day, guys. All right. What should we go into now? Okay. Show me the relationship between Steve and Marjorie right now? How is their marriage with one another? How are they doing right now? Show me the energy. Show me the energy of their marriage to one another. Show me the energy of their marriage. Okay, I'm gonna take this. Okay, we got the Sun card, the Empress, King of Swords. Okay. They are thinking about Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey. It's so crazy because, like I said before, they really see Marjorie is very similar. Well, Lori is very similar to her mom, Marjorie. And Steve felt like he saw a little bit of himself in Michael B. Jordan. So, give me more. Yeah, they're thinking about what happened between, see, they know what happened between, oh my gosh, this is like a continuation of Lori Harvey and Michael B. Okay? They're heartbroken. They're disappointed. They're heartbroken and disappointed because Lori's heartbroken and disappointed. And how do they feel about Michael B. Jordan right now? They want Michael B. Jordan to fight for her. Yeah, they want him to fight for her and take advantage of this opportunity to show her that he can be the man that they, want him to be. Okay. Okay. All right, let me see. I asked what's the energy of their marriage, and I got the relationship with Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan. And I think that's just because they feel like Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan is a younger version of them. All right. How is Marjorie and Steve Harvey doing in their marriage? How are they doing in their marriage? They're sticking in there. They're sticking in there. There's Marjorie coming out as the high priestess. I wouldn't be surprised if Marjorie goes to someone to get work done. I feel like she goes to allegedly, I feel like she goes to someone to get work done when, for Steve to find work. I feel like, again, it's like Steve can be on and off depending on his finances. I feel like right now he's waiting on that new opportunity to come in. So he's kind of being tight with his money. This is Steve right here being tight with his money until this is new opportunity. I don't know if he's on TV right now. But I feel like that's a new TV opportunity, like a way to be seen. There's people watching him, looking at him, And yeah, I feel like she goes to someone. There's that high priestess. This is Marjorie right here, and the high priestess and Steve working, Marjorie is like, I need to have Steve working, and it's not necessarily just for money, but that's what helps them in their marriage. If he's working, he's happy, and that helps her to be happy because she doesn't have to see him wallowing around in his sorrows about not having a job. How does Steve, let me see this real quick. How does Steve feel about his career right now? Show me how Steve feels about his career right now. he feels like he's a veteran in the game, and that okay, I'm seeing two things here. The first thing I'm going to say is that he feels like he's a veteran in the game, and that they're not appreciating his value and his worth, and he really has to like fight to get the what he feels he deserves. He feels like he still has to fight for his coins even though he's a veteran in the game. And then he also feels like he needs to fight against these youngins who can, you know, do what he does. He feels like he has to compete with a younger generation. But he also feels like he can be a mentor to younger men who are trying to get into the business and teach them a few things. But he's the type where he's like, I'm not going to teach you everything. It's some stuff you need to just learn on your own. But I could tell you a few things here and there. Let's see. Looks like he knows that Marjorie, you know, gets some stuff done for him so that opportunities can come in. She communicates that to him, so it doesn't look like she hides it or anything. He knows that Marjorie loves him, and he loves Marjorie as well. So it is important for him to work on his marriage and to make sure that he's spending quality time with his wife. Yeah, guys. So it's not just a facade, you know. Steve definitely does love Marjorie. But why is he looking this way? Why is he looking this way? Because he's focused on work. And what I'm seeing here too is that Steve knows that Marjorie, in a sense, is also a trophy wife. So he feels that if he's not catering to her financially, that she's kind of turned off from him. I don't know if Marjorie gives that impression, but he kind of feels like a failure in her eyes when his money is not coming in the way he wants it to. This is so interesting because it seems like Steve and Marjorie's relationship is based partially on money, but it works for them because Steve feels more like the man when he's bringing in money, and he feels that Marjorie feels more proud or honored to be his wife when he is bringing in the money, because she gets to have the best of the best and show off herself as being his wife. So her status and how she looks in the limelight is a reflection on how he is as a husband. That's how he looks at it. That's pretty interesting. What do you guys think about that? I want to hear you guys' thoughts on that. Oh, that is so interesting, but I actually like that because it holds him accountable as a man to make sure that he takes care of his woman. So I can't knock it. I am feeling this. I am feeling this. And now I'm understanding why Lori Harvey doesn't stay in these relationships for too long. It's because she sees her grandparents, which, by the way, guys, if you didn't know this, Marjorie's parents have been together for like 60 years. Her parents are still alive, and they're still very much married till this day. And they're the cutest older couple you would ever see. Oh, my goodness. But yeah, her parents have been together for like 60 years. So if you're Lori Harvey and you see your grandparents together in a marriage for 60 odd years, still crazy in love with one another, having those romantic, beautiful moments with each other, and then you see your mom in a relationship that she's been in for quite some time with her husband who just caters to her. I mean, how could you not want the same thing for yourself? You know? And that just goes to show for all women to not settle for less. Like, it's not worth it in the long run. Let's see. How does Marjorie feel about Steve? So we saw how Steve feels about Marjorie. He feels like he has to financially bring in the money in order for him to be satisfied with being his wife's husband. Okay, how does Marjorie feel about Steve? Marjorie is singing a different tune right now, guys. Yeah. Okay. So it goes back to what I say about when money is not coming in the way that Steve Harvey would like, it's a burden on him. And I remember saying that he wallows away in the house, you know, and here he is wallowing away. He's waiting. You know, he ends up having these 3 wands waiting and then ends up with these 10 wands struggling. You know, first he waits, you know, and he's being patient. And while he's waiting, he's like becoming impatient and trying to keep a household together. And then it also seems like Marjorie doesn't want Steve to be out of the house for too long. It makes her feel left out. You know, it makes her feel like his attention is placed elsewhere. I have mentioned about this King of Wands, him wanting to work on the relationship, but I was like, why is he looking the other way? But when I clarified, it was because he was focused again on his money. So he's out there looking for money, and she feels like she's stuck at home at times. Tell me more about this 8 of Swords. Why is she feeling like this? Because this is their time. It's money. It's talking about a struggle with money. They may be struggling financially right now, guys. And this is, I just mentioned this where I was saying that a lot of times we're looking at these celebrities and we're envious of them, and we're, you know, basing them on how many commas they have in their bank account when sometimes it's not even that much. And needless to say, it may not be that much for them. And for us, it could be. But for the lifestyle that they live, it's not enough. So money is an obstacle right now. And yeah. And this is the energy. Look like Steve knows his wife. This is the energy that he doesn't want his wife to feel. He doesn't want her to feel stuck as if she can't go anywhere or do anything because there's not enough money in the house. You know, so it looks like they're having some financial issues at this time. Okay. I knew I felt something there with them right now. Let me see. Let me ask, who was Marjorie talking about when she posted that post about staying somewhere for too long in a relationship? Who was she talking about subconsciously? She was talking about Lori. she was also talking about, I knew it. She was also talking about Steve. So under the radar, she was talking about Steve. On the surface, that's why it has to the world, you know, you guys are assuming she's talking about Lori. That's Lori's energy, you know. But in actuality, first of all, she was talking about both situations, but it was only one situation that you guys know about. This is Steve being unsatisfied, you know, her offering him a cup. He not satisfied with that cup. But he's satisfied with those cups. Do you get my drift? Okay. He didn't want her cup. But he celebrated with these cups. Allegedly. Okay? That's financially, he's not satisfied as a man, so he seeks out to be satisfied as a man. Do you guys understand what I'm trying to say here? Okay. All right. I'm just saying what I see. All right. So I want to know, because I don't want to be on this for too long. I want to know, how does Marjorie feel at this time about her marriage? I don't react when people mention you. I am not available. I can't stop thinking about you. Bottom of the deck, we will be together again. Okay? So I wouldn't be surprised if Steve is not in their home where they're at right now. I feel like he's somewhere out on a business trip, or quote unquote business trip. Yeah, like my intuition was right. Like something is not right now. You know, this is how Marjorie is feeling. I don't react when people mention you. I am not available, and I can't stop thinking about you. So she's still thinking about him. She obviously still loves her husband, but she's not happy with her husband right now. Okay, how does Steve feel about Marjorie right now? How is Steve feeling about Marjorie right now? I wish I could take back my words. So he said something. I left when I saw. So he did. I left before you could. He sure did leave, y'all. He went somewhere. And look at this. I wonder if you are happy without me. Oh, wow. They got into a fight and he left. We have, I wonder if you're happy without me, and 2 left cards. Yeah, he said something. That's what I mean, y'all. When he doesn't have money coming in like that, he could be, like he could, what is it, demeaning? Is that what it means? Like he act like he better than you type of thing. Ew. Like, No. Okay, let's see. I want to see final. What advice does their ancestors have for them in their marriage? We're gonna get let's see for both sides. So let's see what advice does Steve Harvey's ancestors have for his marriage with him and Marjorie Harvey. Okay, Steve Harvey's ancestors, what advice do you all have for Steve and his wife Marjorie in their marriage? Let's see. All right, new home, new beginning, new memories. Okay, so basically they're saying they probably need to move. Bottom of the deck says sometimes we just need to move on and start over, no matter how hard it is. Not everything and not everyone is meant to stay in our lives forever. You are going to be okay. In this case, we are going to be okay. So they need to move. They need to move. Where they're at is not beneficial to their marriage. I don't know where they're at right now, where they live, but they gotta move. All right, let's see what Marjorie Harvey's ancestors want to say to Marjorie and Steve about their marriage. Let's see, what does Marjorie's ancestors want to say? When a soul knows peace, the heart can sleep. So they either both have been having a hard time sleeping away from each other. Ooh. Bottom of the deck, the only way to be content in life is to ensure your needs. Don't become greed. What did I tell you guys about the money? He's so focused on money. And they're saying don't worry too much on the money. Just as long as you have everything that you need, that's what's important. There it is there. What is under that? You are more than beautiful. They're talking to Marjorie here. You are never given a wish without also being given the power to make it come true. So Marjorie, I feel like, is praying a lot. Yeah. I feel like she's praying a lot. Her ancestors are working on answering her prayers. But that they want them both to know, like, money is, like, get off of a money trip, you know? Just focus on making sure you guys have everything that you need in life. You know, your health is good. Your family is good. You have a roof over your heads. That's good. You know, you have great friends. You know, you have great time together. The love that you guys found with one another is one of a kind. That's good. Like, don't be too greedy on and focus too much on money. It's not good. That's the advice from their ancestors. So there it is there. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. And until next time, please make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I hope you guys come back. All right, bye.